Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Raf and today is the 2nd of May, the beginning of the month, and so this video is going to be talking through all of the books I plan to read in the month of May. So let us get straight into it with the first book, Scarlet by Marissa Meyer. This is the second installment of the Lunar Chronicle series, a sci-fi retelling of Grimm's fairy tales. I read Cinder last month, which is retelling the story of Cinderella. I loved it. You can go back and watch my April wrap-up. I kind of gushed for 5 straight minutes about how much I enjoy the series, how much I love the characters, the plot. So yes, I am very excited to continue on with my reread of this series this month. So the next book I'm going to read is a book I am very excited for. It has been sitting on my shelf for a very long time, and I decided to pick it up this month as a part of Cindy from Read with Cindy's Asian Readathon read-along, and that book is Celeste Ng's Little Fires Everywhere. So this novel follows the story of a single mother and her daughter who move into a white picket fence, perfect sort of town at the brink of a custody battle between an Asian American child's birth parents and adoptive parents. So this custody battle is tearing the community apart, which is the first time such an ordered community has seen division. And so it unravels a lot of mystery and intrigue in different families' lives. And we see all this happen through the perspective of the mother and daughter who are still outsiders in this community. So yes, I'm very excited for this. My mum read it a few years ago for book club and she loved it, and it is also a TV show. So this is the pick for Cindy's Asian Readathon read-along, which is taking place between May the 1st and May the 15th, I believe. So I will tell you a little bit more about Cindy's Asian Readathon. It is taking course over the month of May, and basically she's just trying to encourage readers to pick up more books by Asian authors. Asian is very broad, so it includes authors of Korean, Chinese, Vietnamese heritage to Lebanese, Palestinian, Iraqi, Middle Eastern. There is a giant master list of book recommendations and author recommendations that Cindy and a bunch of volunteers have put together. I did volunteer to help organise and catalogue those recommendations. I will leave it down below. Check out Cindy, her channel, and all of the volunteers as well. Super cool people. I'm very excited to hear everyone's thoughts on this book as well as the other books they pick up for the Asian Readathon this year. So the next 2 books on this list are the 2 audiobooks I hope to get to this month, and they are The Subtle Knife and The Amber Spyglass, the 2 final books in the His Dark Materials trilogy. I'm so excited to get to these. I finished the first book in the His Dark Materials trilogy last month, and I'm kind of speechless. This is my first time reading any Pullman books. It is my first glimpse into the beloved world of Lyra and demons and armoured bears. I cannot believe I have not yet read this. All of my friends are messaging me, like responding to my stories saying, Raf, are you crazy? How have you not picked up The Golden Compass before? How have you not realised that there's a movie and TV series and board game and video games and cards, etc, etc. I feel like my soul has been sold to this franchise already. I've not felt this emotionally invested in a fantasy world since Percy Jackson and Harry Potter. So, as you can tell, I'm going to stop with the hand movements, but as you can tell, I'm so excited for these books. I have started work again, which is actually very useful for my audiobook listening habits because I do data entry stuff that's pretty brainless, and it means I can listen to my audiobooks while I do that. So yes, I'm very hopeful that I will get through these 2 audiobooks this month, and I will keep you updated on my thoughts. The next book I'm going to read is currently in the mail on the way to my house. I have a giant order of like 10 books coming, so look out for a book haul video coming soon. But this book is The City We Became by N.K. Jemisin. It is an urban fantasy sci-fi, I believe, set in New York City, where 5 teenagers have to come together to protect the city from itself. This is set in a world where the city has 5 souls and an ancient evil spirit lurking in the city's underground. That is all I know of this series, and I think that's all I want to know because I enjoy going partially blind into mystery books like this that seem really adventurous and atmospheric. So I'm really keen to find out what this evil spirit lurking underground in New York is. I hope it is not COVID-19 because, you know, that would be too real. The next book on my list is a non-fiction collection called Our Women on the Ground, which is a collation of essays and articles written by Arabic women writing about the changing nature of the Middle East and their experiences writing on it. I've heard awesome reviews for this actually, and it sounds really interesting, so as soon as it arrives in the mail, I will be picking it up. The last book on my list is a historical fiction called Crossings by Alex Landragin. This book is being published on the 28th of July this year. The publishers did give me an early copy for read and review, so thank you very much. I will be back at the end of this month to give my honest opinions and thoughts on the read. However, based off first impressions, I am very intrigued. It follows the story of a German-Jewish bookbinder in Paris while it's on the brink of Nazi occupation, and as he's doing his bookbindings, he comes across a manuscript called Crossings. Our protagonist comes to realise that this manuscript contains the stories of 3 different people who have existed at very different times, places, and points in history. And so we follow his perspective as he learns through reading the manuscript and being transported to different points in history how these stories interweave. So I'm very excited to get into this. I will let you know my thoughts in my wrap-up this month. But yes, that is the end of my list of books I'm hoping to read this month. I hope you found this video interesting. Please let me know what books you are reading this month, if you have read any of the books I've mentioned, and if you are partaking in Cindy's read-along or readathon. If you are, let me know what books you're reading for it, because I'm quite curious. Hope you're having a good day, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!